What up, Hyper Hangout, man? We back with another one, man. We gonna do Dave East, man, featuring Benny the Butcher and Harry Fraud. Everything is up, man. This came out a few days ago, I think it is. So I'm trying to, get a little bit more consistent with getting shit out right when it fucking comes out, man. I don't know what this project is doing, man. The name of the project is called Price of Pain. So let me know if this is hard, man. I know a little bit about Dave East, man. I've heard some of his shit back in the day. You know how I rock with Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher, I fuck with Benny the Butcher hard, man. So I'm not going to waste too much time. Let's get into it, man. This song is called Everything Is Up, man. Let's get it.
6 million ways to die. Choose one.
7 grams of marathon before I crack a leaf. Only Molly's grabbing sheet. Seat warmers blasting heat. I feel like Master P, how niggas ask for East. No longer got the hookup. You let them eat, watch how they actually feast. Sit them at your table. They ain't got no manners. Project baby, it was all from the shoulders before we grab.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some pimping in it. Shout out to Cat Williams on that. But yeah, let me back that up, man, because this beat sound like it's about to be crazy. What do you say, man? 7 grams of marathon before I crack a leaf? I'm going to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? I know that that's a drug play there, right? You know what I'm saying? Crack, grams, you know what I'm saying? But marathon meaning that the way I'm taking that is I'm selling a lot of fucking drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's a marathon. You know what I mean? It's not a race. It's a marathon. It's ongoing with this shit. But let's back it up because that beat sound like that about to be crazy. Let me go back here for a minute there. Why?
6 million ways to die. Choose one.
7 grams of marathon before I crack a leaf. Only Molly's grabbing sheet. Seat warmers blasting heat. I feel like Master P, how niggas ask for East. No longer got the hookup. You let them eat, watch how they actually feast. Sit them at your table. They ain't got no manners. Project baby, it was all from the shoulders before we grabbed the hand. Busted up my knuckles, put a cast on it. It was cash on us, gas the whip up, hope a cop don't scan it. Cabana couches, fountain blue, the real who I salute. I've been this way.
This beat is fucking crazy. This beat is crazy. This beat is crazy right here, man. I love the way this shit sounds. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Make sure y'all comment. Let me know how y'all feel about this beat. I think this beat is crazy. I can't wait to bump this in the whip later because you guys got to understand too, guys. I think we have a breakdown in what people think is hot. You know what I mean? And when we say, or at least when I say the beat is crazy, there's different. I could think the beat is crazy for different reasons, right? Like, to me, I think this beat is crazy, and I enjoy this beat a lot for what it's going to do for me later in the whip. You know what I mean? In the car. When I'm banging this motherfucker, this is a rolling beat like a motherfucker. This is not some shit that I'm going to listen to in the club. So when I say this shit is off the chain or this beat is crazy, I need to clarify what I am talking about because, yeah, this is not something I'm going to be banging in the club. This is going to be something I'm going to be banging in my whip, rolling down the street, you know what I'm saying? Feeling fly, talking your big boy talk. And that's what I mean by that. So I just wanted to make that clarification. Now, let's get into what he's talking about here, man. Beat is fire, right? I think some of the things that I kind of caught that he was saying here is no longer got the hookup because he talked about Master P, right? You know what I'm saying? No longer got the hookup. Obviously, Master P had the song I Got the Hookup, right? But that's a drug reference play, right? You know what I'm saying? When you got the hookup, I got the plug. You know what I mean? I could hook you up with this work. You know what I mean? And he said, let them eat, watch how they actually feast, right? So I think he's talking about people in his crew. You know what I mean? When you let motherfuckers eat, when you say let them eat, you know what I mean? I'm providing an avenue for you in which to feed yourself, to make money, right? You know what I'm saying? Sit them at the table, they ain't got no manners, right? You know what I'm saying? Project baby, it was from the shoulders for we grabbed the hammer, right? The way I take that line is, man, is growing up in the streets, there's only certain ways that some people see that they can kind of get ahead in this world, in those environments, right? Project babies, you know what I'm saying? And one of those ways is selling drugs, right? Not that I condone that, but that's one of those ways is to make money is selling drugs, right? And when he says project babies and he's saying all from the shoulders for shoulders, that's a play on head and shoulders, obviously, and forearm, we grabbed the hammer, right? Before we grabbed the hammer. So what I'm taking at is there was no like light at the end of the tunnel. There was no hope for us outside of taking this route. You know what I'm saying? Before we grabbed the hammer. Hammer is another slang word for a gun, right? Then he said, busted up my knuckles, you know what I'm saying? Put a cast on it. when you bust up your knuckles, right? You know what I'm saying? You're hurt, right? The way I'm taking it is the streets carved him, scarred him, right? I put a cast on it, right? I busted up my knuckles. I put a cast on it. This just comes with the territory, right? So very deep imagery, excuse me, when he's talking about how the streets kind of made him and carved him, right? You know what I'm saying? Then he talked about cabana couches, fountain blue, the real we salute, you know what I mean? So we value and we worship the almighty dollar is the way I'm taking it, right? I've been sick. I've been this way, sick for a minute. I need mama's soup, right? Let's stop there for a minute. I think that's the line of his verse right there. You know what I mean? We talked about how you could get in these neighborhoods and what your way, well, the way you see yourself getting out is by selling drugs, getting a gun, you know what I mean? Fucking, it's feast or famine, so to speak, right? When he says, I've been this way, you know what I'm saying, sick for a minute, I think it's him realizing it's programming, right? It's programming. It's this environment that kind of keeps you in this fucking purgatory of doing bad shit just to make ends meet, right? You know what I'm saying? And when he says, I need mama soup, right? That's a play on, obviously, if you're sick and you need, soup actually makes you feel better, breaks up the cold, right? His mom is probably his rock, right? It brings him back to foundation. It brings him back to basics, right? And he can see his way out of this bullshit, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I've been sick for a minute. I've been sick my whole life is the way I'm taking that. I thought that shit was hard. Love the beat. Love how he's approaching it, man. Let's get back to it.
Came a long way from watching my mother stressing to pay rent. Now nothing we do is basic. Everything is up. Nothing we do is basic. Everything is up. Now nothing we do is basic.
Yeah, that
Everything
sample.
is up.
That shit is hard.
Everything is up.
I'm from blocks that still hustle. I'm only talking classic enough. My first passion was nights with the air bubble. They happen to catch one side of your life. No see a struggle. So I never take nobody advice on being humble. My drama
Come on, Benny. Talk to him. Talk to him, Benny. You know what I'm saying? Benny can always, he just got that, he got that aggressiveness, man, and he got that way of talking to you. Talking to you when you like, yeah, man, I need that good home cooking. What'd he say here, man? He said, I'm from the blocks that still hustle. I only talking classics and up, right? So I think that's self-explanatory, right? But he said my passion was Nikes and air bubbles, right? They happen to catch one side of your life and don't see the struggle. That's hard, right? So when someone says they only see one side of your life, right? He's talking about you only see the finished product. You only see me now, right? You know what I'm saying? You catching the side of my life that is good, right? You didn't see me when I was struggling, you know what I mean? Whatever struggle looks like, you know what I mean? You fucking, whatever, selling drugs, not having a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. That's what my grandmother used to say all the time, meaning that you're broke as fuck, you know what I'm saying? And he says, so I never take nobody's advice on being humble, right? When people say be humble, typically humility comes from being thankful. You should be thankful for where you're at. And I think what he's saying is, I'm thankful, but you didn't see the struggle either. You know what I'm saying? You see me boasting and gloating about all the shit that I got, all the money that I got and all this other shit. And y'all think I'm not being humble. Fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about because you don't know where I came from. You don't know it was some fucking bombs in Baghdad type shit that I grew up in. And I grew up in the struggle. So yeah, I am going to probably appear less humble because I went through some struggles in my life. So yes, I'm going to splurge. I'm going to look for the person from the outside looking into my life. They're going to think that I'm not humble at all, but you don't know the struggle. Hard. Let's keep it going.
Everything is up. Everything is up.
I'm from blocks that still hustle. I'm only talking classic enough. My first passion was nights with the air bubble. They happen to catch one side of your life. No see a struggle. So I never take nobody advice on being humble. My drama packed life. Let's travel back to when I tax niggas. My life a movie that's unfit for IMAX theaters. So many chickens on the scale, they trying to contact Peter. I stash guns in the crib and she ain't mind that either.
Yeah, buddy. What he say here, man? My drama packed life. Travel back when I used to tax niggas. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, when you tax somebody, it's a fee, right? You know what I'm saying? So I just think what he's saying is he probably did some shit that, back in the day when it could be a drug reference and, taking pieces of people's product and taking profit off the top. But it could technically be when somebody say taxing you, I'm taxing you, you know what I mean? Especially when you talk about gang shit, you know what I mean? They say you got to pay a toll to come on these parts, right? You know, certain neighborhoods, certain parts in these neighborhoods, if you want to get past it, you got to pay a toll, right? You got to pay a fee, right? And the fee is not always money. You know what I mean? We'll keep it at that, right? Then he said, my life's a movie. This shit's unfit for IMAX theaters. So let's go back to the to make it rhyme. He said, my drama-packed life traveled back when I tax niggas. My life is a movie that's unfit for IMAX theaters. Hard fucking line, right? IMAX theaters is realistic. It's like almost kind of 3D, like the Sphere here in Vegas. It's very vivid and it's very realistic, right? You know what I mean? So he's saying my life though is, so when I used to tax dudes, niggas, right? When I used to tax dudes, remember I said it's not always about money? That's the way I'm taking that. It could have been some fucking horror fucking filled drama. Use your imagination. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfit for IMAX theaters. It's unfit for me to even talk about it. So you ain't gonna see this movie. You're never gonna see this movie play out, and it's not gonna be some shit that I'm ever gonna talk about. Hard, right? So many chickens on the scale. They trying to contact PETA. Isn't PETA like the animal organization and shit like that? You know what I mean? And I think this could be a couple play, because chickens, you know, a bird is kind of like a girl, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the way I've always known it. Maybe the new slang is chicken is because he used the word scale. So maybe that's another drug play. But in my time, where I grew up and the age I'm at, chickens was girls. You know what I mean? That was girls that you didn't really take seriously, right? You know what I'm saying? And then he said, I stashed a gun in the crib and she didn't mind that either. So that's why I think it's girls is what he's talking about. But leave it to Benny. Leave it to Benny to bring them drug bars to life, man. That motherfucker had me down with the IMAX line, but let's keep it going.
So I never take nobody advice on being humble. My drama-packed life, let's travel back to when I tax niggas. My life a movie that's unfit for IMAX theaters. So many chickens on the scale, they trying to contact PETA. I stashed guns in the crib and she ain't mind that either. But where was y'all when indictments came? I was serving, still learning the price of fame. Trying to price a chain. Now, the check's clear before I write my name. The truth hurt, but niggas like the pain.
Anybody that hate me, I pull up in the latest. These pictures I gotta paint.
Don't take much.
Homies turned into strangers. Never catch me complaining.
This shit is fire.
I'm highly favored. I came a long way from watching my mother stressing the pay rent. Now nothing we do is basic.
Everything is up. Yeah, this shit is hard.
Nothing we do is basic.
Everything is up.
Now nothing we do is basic.
Everything is up.
Everything is up. Everything is up.
Yeah, this shit is fire to me. Can't wait to bump that later. Yeah, I can't wait to bump that later, boy. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but yeah. Don't look positive, whatever that is about. But anyway, yeah, man, this was hard, man. Let's go back and finish up Benny's verse really quick, man. What did he say? But where was y'all when the indictments came in, right? I was serving, still learning the price of fame, right? Trying to price a chain, right? I love the play on indictments and serving, right? Because that's legal terms, right? You know what I'm saying? Indictments is when you're charged with something. All these charges start to come in, indictments, right? And serving time, right? Because he said I was serving, right? Still learning the price of fame, right? That was a cool way to play on the legal terms, indictment and serving time. And I think what he's saying here is, even though he's not physically behind jail bars, right? He's not physically in jail. He's serving time in this game of life and maybe navigating how his fame and his life can correspond in society now. It's kind of the way I'm taking that, you know what I mean? Because when he says the price of fame, you know what I mean? Not everyone, but a lot of people have talked about fame comes at a cost, right? You know what I mean? And you could be in a mental prison as well, right? You know what I'm saying? And serving time in this mental prison is the way I'm kind of taking that, right? But the play on the legal terms, indictment, serving time, all that kind of stuff, trying to price a chain, you know what I mean? And chains could be, metaphorically speaking, too, as a prison in itself. You know what I mean? That I know I'm stretching there, but that could be what he's talking about as well, right? But now the checks is clear and right, you know what I mean? But the way he finished that, the truth hurts, but niggas like the pain. That is hard, man. When you say the truth hurts, right? Everybody knows that, right? The truth hurts. No one likes to hear the truth, right? Because the truth sometimes hurts, and it's maybe something that you don't want to hear, and maybe it's something trauma that you haven't dealt with, right? That's typically what people are talking about when they say the truth hurts, right? But the way he's flipping that is the truth hurts, but niggas like the pain. Why on God's earth would you like the pain, right? Based on our understanding of the truth hurts. People don't want to hear that, right? Because it hurts. I think what he's saying is the truth is that we continue to keep going down the same cycle in life. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way that I can define that line that niggas like the pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you continue to do the same things? You must like it. You must like the pain, right? And I think he's saying that as it pertains to his success, right, that everything comes at a cost, right? Still learning the price of fame, right? So he's still playing on money and the terms there, right? So that comes at a cost, right? But I love the pain because I love the money, right? So the pain, so the truth is I'm making a lot of money now, right? Because I'm very successful. But the pain is it comes at a high fucking cost, right? But I love the fucking pain. Give me that pain any day is the way I'm taking it. So it's kind of a skewed way of thinking about success. I thought he fucking murdered that, right? This was hard, man. Give me some other suggestions on this Price is Pain project. I don't know if you guys know about this, or for all my fucking Dave East super fans and Benny the Butcher, man. Do they have other tracks on here that you guys want me to get to? But everything is up. It's hard. I can't wait to bump that later, man. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, man. I'm trying to do this full time, ramp this up, especially with my Lost in Vegas channel as well. We got some things coming down the pipeline for that, but we gonna start ramping this bitch up. So make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you want me to do. All feedback is welcome. I positive and negative. So let me know, man. I love you guys, man. Thanks for watching. It really means a lot to me, man. Till next time, I'm out.